you could put Frederick on a set already, or even ace-king would have dominated Victor Random's hand, and Victor decides to call.
I check.
And a check in the dark from Procopio as we go to the turn. Turn is a 9, and now Ramden would need one of Procopio's jacks to make a straight. Procopio would need a queen or an 8 to make his straight.
Call.
Frederick bets 3,000. Procopio calls immediately. And now back to Victor Ramden.
Well, Victor's still with the top pair and picking up a straight draw. I can't see him getting out of the hand now.
Sir, but once again, Victor, he bet, not me.
A little animosity building between these two. Ramden will stick with him.
So Frederick's pocket aces trying to fend off a couple of straight draws.
River card is an 8, and Procopio hits the straight on the river.
5,000.
And time for him now to get active. 5,000. How much does Ramden like his kings now? Nope, he folds. Frederick now, who played the aces all the way to the river.
Yeah, his head knows he's beat. His heart doesn't want to give it up. See, it's hard for Frederick to put Procopio on, for instance, hearts, because he wouldn't have been able to call the flop. And Frederick's having trouble figuring out how Procopio could hit a straight or even 2 pair.
It's early.
We saw Procopio's aces get busted. Now he busts Frederick's aces.
I don't know what's going to be worse.
Probably the call.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking probably too. Your catch-up was actually pretty bad.
Can you lay this down, Norman?
Sure. This is the first time in the hand that Procopio has let out.
Got the best hand.
You tell me you had the best hand pre-flop?
That's a moot point. Frederick's got to stop thinking pre-flop, start thinking post-river right now.
If you're thinking if I have 2 aces, I don't.
Frederick knows he doesn't have 2 aces because Frederick has them.
He makes the call.
Straight.
And Procopio shows him the winning straight. Frederick's aces are busted.
I know you got there.
8, queen.
Come on, man. When I'm betting the whole time, you know I got you beat. You think your jacks are good? Come on, man. That's a disgrace.
Frederick's not a happy camper.
Man. What are you calling me with jacks?
I just called the flop.
You know you're beat. What are
I
you
know I'm beat on the
calling me
flop, but the turn's a great card for me.
God, how bad can you play there, man? You know you're beat. You
This
know
is
you're
one tough
dominated.
town when things don't go well.
All right, well, while they try to cool down the players, we'll take a break and come back to Atlantic City in a moment. Welcome back to the 2006 United States Poker Championship, coming to you from the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Lon McCarron along with Norman Chad as we get back to the feature table in the arena here at the Taj. Action folds over to Victor Ramden with ace-10 of hearts. He raises the action up to 300. And a bunch of folds behind him with that raise. Steve Danneman gets out of the way. Roland Isra. No queens, so he'll fold. Procopio gets out of the way as well. And now action on Vadim Trencher.
Ramden finished 10th at the 2004 USPC. Trencher finished 14th at the 2005 USPC.
These two go heads up to the flop. 3-4 king, couple of hearts. Trencher paired his king. Both get hard draws.
That is a provocative flop.
Ramden has the ace of hearts. Ramden bets 600. Now action back to Trencher. The king of hearts, and he check raises up to 2650.
Sure, I'd push with top pair and second nut flush draw.
Ramden makes the call. So these two battling flush draws go to the river, and there is the 5 of hearts. They both hit the flush. Ramden with the nut flush.
What a turn.
Wow, Trencher checks again. And Ramden, 4,000.
And what a dilemma for Trencher. I mean, he makes his best hand on the turn. Only one card can beat him, and he still has a redraw for a straight flush.
A deuce of hearts gives them both straight flushes, but Trencher's would be higher.
I'm all in.
Ramden moves all in. Wow.
And Trencher barely has Random covered.
Ramden pushed with over 16,000 chips. And this would be for almost all of Trencher's chips. He does move. Ramden officially at risk.
And Trencher sees what a load he's got to handle here on the river. 7 of hearts also would give him a winning straight flush, but Danneman folded the 7 of hearts, so Trencher's down to a 1-outer. Only a deuce of hearts will knock out Victor Ramden on the river.
And now the river card. It's a queen of clubs, and Ramden wins the battle of flushes and wins over 38,000 chips in that pot. And that leaves Trencher crippled here at the USPC.
No matter how he played that hand, there's no way Trencher wasn't going to lose most of his chips.
All right, let's go out to the poker room. You see Greg Raymer getting his glasses on, ready for battle. He is one of 4 players going to the flop. It is Queen 9-5. Chris Orndorff paired his Queen and 9. Queen's up for a huge lead, and he checks it. Actually, everybody checks it to the turn. A 5 there gives Raymer a lead with trip 5s. Mooney checked. Timon checked. Orndorff bet 100.
Fossmo finally got a break. See, his soda is half full on this one, so he could raise.
It got a little more expensive for Mooney, and he folds. Behind him is Timon. He gets out of the way. 300 more for Orndorff to call. He says, yeah, I'll go heads up with you, world champ, to the river. River is a 7 of hearts. No help to Orndorff. Raymer gets the check mark with his trips, but Orndorff will bet 300 with queens up.
Orndorff's not going to like what's going to transpire now.
Now Raymer's going to push up to 1,200 now.
Greg. Did you sneak a 5 on me?
That he did.
I'll donate to you.
Say goodbye to those.
5. Really?
Queens up, not good enough for Chris Orndorff to beat
Sam.
Fossilman.
I thought you had a 5, but I figured you had maybe more likely a 4-5 or a 5-6.
And Queen 9.
So Raymer wins the pot, but still trying to get his head above water. To the outer tables now. Ralph Pecorali and James Capruccio are a bit distracted. One of their own from the home game is in trouble. Tamara Bruckhagen.
It's not who I wanted to see go.
I'm a bit distracted by Tamara Bruckhagen at the moment.
Well, she moved all in after flopping a set of queens, was in good shape against a set of jacks until the river brought a 4th jack to Brad Lipson.
The girl played it in perfectly and just got, I see it happens to everybody. It's a shame.
Tamara being consoled by Ralph Pecorali.
Hey, you can't. There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing I could have done. If I had, you know, if
the guy had 1 out.
Lon, I'm going to take 5 minutes personal time. I'll be right back.
All right, let's get back to the arena. 4 players in the hand. Pre-flop, Steve Danneman leads with a pair of 6s. Linder is not cooperating with our hole cam again.
Violating international hole card cam laws.
6 kings, 7. Danneman picks up a 3rd 6. Ramden with a flush draw and a straight draw bet 300. Danneman raised it to 1,100. Roland Isra folded. Lindner got out of the way, and now just Victor Ramden, and he'll make the call.
Ramden with a straight flush draw.
Turn card now is a 2 of diamonds. Ramden missed both of his draws and checks. Danneman bets again, 2,000.
Well, Lon, as you know, I could not lay down a straight flush draw if world peace depended on it. Go ahead, Victor.
Ramden's not going anywhere. He makes the call. So to the river we go. Ace of clubs, and Ramden nails the flush to take control.
Brutal river card for Steve Danneman.
8,000 from Victor Ramden. Oh, and a call. And Ramden shows him the winning card.
Ramden's been a river rat today.
You know what I had, right?
I know.
What?
Set.
And Steve Danneman becomes Victor Ramden's latest victim.
God, nice hand.
After an early hiccup, Victor Ramden has been on a hot streak. Welcome back to the U.S. Poker Championship in Atlantic City. A good close look at Chad Moore, whose ace in the hole was good enough to beat 3 opponents at this featured table. Procopio shows his king. Moore finally shows his ace.
Slow roller.
Dad.
He was looking to...
See him slow roll?
Well, he may have slow rolled the table there, but slow rolls are something this man they call the Golden Boy tried to avoid during his younger days. Chad Moore is a solid pro who's usually very quiet at the table, but that's a far cry from his other passion, demolition derbies. Back home in Frankfort, Indiana, Chad mixes it up regularly at the track his family owns. You see him here on the night he would survive long enough to secure second place. The golden boy of poker crashing through the field to earn some hardware and a little extra cash.
You know, I live in L.A. That didn't look any worse than the 405 freeway.
Steve Daneman's going to play this hand blind, just like a lot of the demolition derby drivers. Makes the call. Isra folds. Procopio. A suited queen 10 makes the call.
100 to call.
Lindner will fold to Victor Ramden, king deuce.
Boy, Victor's restless to want to play that.
Frederick is going to join the party. Moore comes in with an 8-9, and Richie will play also.
See, I have a theory line. It's so cold at the arena table, players play more hands to keep warm.
Ace 7-5. Procopio gets a club flush draw. Moore and Richie straight draws.
You know, it's possible Daneman has the best hand right now.
Everyone checked. 6 of hearts. Moore turns a straight and takes the lead. And he's going to come out with 500. Richie folded. Daneman now looks at his cards for the first time. Jack 4 of hearts.
Well, I was wrong. Steve Daneman didn't have the best hand, but he's picked up a straight draw. It's a straight he does not want to hit because it would not be Chad Moore's straight.
He's going to make the call, though. Now Procopio's going to join in. Ramden folds, as does Frederick. So 3 players left in the hand going to the river card. Daneman drawing dead. Procopio needing help. It is an 8. Daneman hit his straight, but Moore's straight is best. He and Daneman check. Procopio bets 2,000 trying to buy it.
Busted flush draw. It's the only way he can win the pot.
Moore is going to call him.